One guy who was over-talked about, certainly in the draft process, for good reason, he's very talented, was Caleb Williams, and his offensive coordinator is now fired. So we start with number one. The Bears have moved on from their OC, Shane Waldron. Interim OC now is Thomas Brown, the offensive passing game coordinator. Was the Panthers OC last season, apparently. So he comes over. Who knows what we'll see here. But let's start this by going inside the notebook from just a few weeks ago. This was right before the bye. And this is where Chris was looking at the Bears, and you looked at that offense, and this is the first time in a long time you even put a heart there. You kicked off a whole conversation about how you'll never write their T-H-E-I-R, so that started there. But the crux of it is that you loved what Shane, what the whole offense was doing, what Caleb was doing in that offense. You thought they were creative. It had some things from the Shanahan system, some movement, pre-snap movement, making things difficult for the defense. And since you wrote that, basically, the moment that you put pen to paper, it has been the complete opposite. Coming out of the bye, their numbers have gotten worse. So I guess, what happened?
I don't know. To me, and listen, I didn't come on here or think about this on Monday going, oh, we're going to dissect the Bears. We've dissected the Bears a lot and Caleb Williams. But he is the number one pick of the draft. It is the Chicago Bears. They were a team that was on an upward trajectory last year and even this year before the bye, where we're going, damn, the NFC North, is it one of the best divisions? Is it the best division? All four teams could make the playoffs. We were having those conversations. And also, not like you were just like, oh, we're hopeful. It was like, wow, the defense, we know it's top notch. And the offense has really come around. So I was super excited about it. But what has happened? I don't know. You heard me joking a few minutes ago for the pod. It's like they went for the first 3 weeks were shitty. They readjusted, got creative, played really good football, did a lot of good things on offense, and they were like, went on the bye week and were like, hey, guys, that creative streak we had on offense, ooh, that was just too creative for us. Let's be more simple and try to make these games miserable again. I don't know. The motions are not there. That's gone. All of that is gone. The simplicity of the route combinations that you heard me talk about the first 2 weeks when we watched them, that's all back. So no movement, no motion. When there is motion, it's like it's BS motion. It's like the tight end goes from the left to the right. Oh, no, don't break the brains of the defensive players with that one. It's very predictable again. And they're in a running formation, they run. If they're in a passing formation, they pass. There's just nothing there. And you saw that through the game with the New England Patriots as the game goes on, and we'll dive into it. And again, I too want to say Caleb Williams is not playing his best either. I get that. But he never gets a chance to be in a lot of rhythm or get things easy here the last few weeks either. And some of that's his own doing. But yeah, very frustrating to watch. And as you watch the game, after about the first drive, the New England Patriots are like, oh, forget it. This is simple. We got it. Let's just play man-to-man. There'll be nobody open. We can cover these guys because we have a guy like Christian Gonzalez who can cover DJ Moore. We feel good about that. And then the rest of the group, it's not that scary one-on-one. Plus, the offense is simple, so we feel good in that. And, there's a lot of issues to talk about here.
So it's curious, right? Because there are some teams like the Steelers last year, they just don't have it. You have an OC who's not creative. It's very rare to see an offense do the things that you liked and then get away from that.
I don't understand how this happened, and I really am intrigued by it. I told you, I want to know, what happened to the approach? What happened to Jacksonville? We're in London, and it's motions and people going everywhere and fake screen, throw the ball down the field, fake this, bomb down the field, ripping off big runs, unbelievable shifts in motion before the snap. And then we came back to play the Washington Commanders after bye week, and we were like, no. Everybody stay still. Everybody do the most basic plays we got. And I don't know what it was there. Did they feel like they were putting too much on Caleb Williams? Did the defensive coordinator think the game was, or Matt Eberflus think it was a little too loosey-goosey and he was afraid where it may go? I don't know. But to me, I can't put my finger on it, and it's odd. It really is, Ahmed.
It's like one of those where you make a pun and you didn't mean to, and everyone laughs, and they're like, oh, that's a good one. And you're like, oh, I meant to do that.
Yeah, right.
It's like that was weeks 4 through 6 for them.
I mean, it's seriously, it is. And yeah, Shane Waldron being gone, and obviously the burden and it all falls on him. But I just do wonder whether did he run out of tricks and ideas and go back to simplicity himself, or was he told to do that? I don't know. But either way, the rubber has met the road here with the Chicago Bears and what they're doing. And Caleb Williams has certainly regressed over the last few weeks, and that's the biggest problem. Well, again, we're here. We don't want the Bears, like, not Super Bowl team. We know that. But we want the main thing for the Bears and the big picture of the organization is upward trajectory for Caleb Williams. And right now, we have gotten to a spot where it's going downward trajectory, and that's where that has to change, like, immediately.
So before we get to some screenshots of what you saw, let's try to read between the tea leaves here of Matt Eberflus on Monday. So this is before they made the change with Shane Waldron. These are the question was, what changes are under consideration for the Bears offense? Let's take a listen.
Yeah, I mean, just in-game communication, in terms of that, it's got to be better. The adjustments, the tactical adjustments need to be better. With that, on all sides, and everything's on the table, and it's important that we look at everything and we take the time to get that done.
Matt, are you going to make a change at quarterback?
No, Caleb is our starter.
Would you make a change at OC? Yes, we're doing that tomorrow.
Right.
So
he
clearly,
speaks to it a little bit.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think is going on there?
Well, one, they're not getting rid of Caleb Williams, the starter. Again, this is bigger than just a 3-game stretch or 4-game stretch. He's the first pick of the draft. He's got incredible talent and physical ability. This is not an idiot-like kid. This is a kid who's a gym rat, loves football. They're going to ride with it. They're going to take their bumps and bruises right now with him as it goes. They're going to do that. So be it. And they should. He showed he can play and play at a high level to where you just don't give up on it because it's a bad 2 weeks and hey, there's issues everywhere. It's the defenses look like shit now. We know the special teams has had issues. There's been game management issues, but here's one part, and we're going to get into a lot here, but when he talked about like the in-game adjustments and stuff like that, I don't know if you saw in my notes, one of the last few things I wrote, it's the OC's job to scare a defense out of too much man coverage. And the Patriots, I'm going to guess in this game, played 75 to 80% man coverage, which is bold with that kind of quarterback and those receivers. But that just tells you, again, how simple it is, and there's not enough tricks or things they can go to go, you can't play me man-to-man like this all the time. We're going to pick you. We're going to rub you. We're going to do little rub plays at the line of scrimmage, screen pick plays at the line of scrimmage. None of that. None of that was available in their pass plays. And there it is in the notebook right there. So, some goes on, what we'll talk about, Caleb Williams holding the ball, not maybe hitting the first read at times, and we're going to show some of those plays, right? Not good protection, but also nothing being done to help a lot of this stuff go and get the offense going in the right direction. Like I said, some rhythm to where you can get some momentum, and that's never provided by Shane Waldron of the Bears offense.
So
for
let's
the players
start there.
Right
and I know it's a little farther down in the rundown, but we just showed your notebook from that passage. So let's show, Pete, if we can, and Kristen back there, the screenshots from the plays that you're looking at. And you're like, I don't even know what they're trying to accomplish here. And no quarterback, no matter the talent level, is going to have success in this.
Yeah, there was plays in the football game, and like I said, the burden's there to go around here. But there was plays in the football game where I just go, what is this play? I've never seen it.
So this is fourth quarter. This is at the point where a coach is like, have we made adjustments? Are we figuring this out?
Right. And here we go. They're in an empty formation, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, and they're going to do they got some sort of screen up to the top, and then also they're running sprint left, like they're going to roll the quarterback left out of the shotgun, and you're going to see all the linemen go that way. But here's my point. The route combination to the 2 receivers he's running is a hitch route, and then the slot guy is running a corner route. This is man-to-man. They're not good routes to throw or have this combination when you're running to your left. Look at all 5 linemen are over there. Thanks, coach. Thanks for giving me these great options and so many answers on this play. Thank you so much. I mean, the protection is shitty because we're trying to sprint out against a very tough look to sprint. And then you got a route that versus man-to-man coverage will never get open. And then I believe he takes the sack right here, right?
Yep.
So here's one where you look at it and go, okay, yes, it's a sack. And a lot of these sacks in this Patriots game happen at the end of the football game. And some of them are Caleb's fault. And you want him to throw this away here, too. You'd like to see that. But at the same time, it's like nobody's had a chance to do anything. And, yeah, he's a rookie. He didn't throw it away. He messed up. He took a sack late in the football game. Okay, big deal. The bigger, broader problem is what the that play is the problem. Okay, so now here we're going to go into what is it? What did I write on?
This is
a few plays later.
This will be a 3rd and 5. Yeah, a couple plays later. This is where he rolls right. So that was a roll left.
Yeah.
No
we're
options.
going to move the pocket. We're going to move the pocket. Okay, so now we're going to. One of the things I did like about this play is we saw some motion. Okay, so I like that by Rome Odunze. But here we go again. Now we're going to roll right and watch this. Let's go to the next clip. He's got 2. They're going to try to like rub people. This is the one time they're not in man-to-man.
Oh no.
So you don't want to run this play. This is not the last combination would have been better against this. So this just tells me they waste plays. They're running plays into bad looks. And like as you look at it right now, you're going to go, wait, maybe he could throw a laser to DJ Moore right away as he's turning his head, okay? But at the same time, 31 Jones on the Patriots, he's looking and he's coming downhill. So I'm sure he's looking at it going, wait, I throw this and I miss this throw a little bit. It's going to get intercepted. And you can see here, again, at one point when they break, both receivers are like 4 yards apart from each other, and one guy is covering both of them. But here's the bottom line. Look at it right here. Here he is. He's rolled out. There was nothing there, and there's 4 guys on 2 people. So he did throw it away this time. So we learned from that. But that's what I'm talking about. There's some plays here that have no chance. And then we'll get into some other plays too where I go, they know the plays and they're so comfortable with the play and the route combination. It's unbelievable. And then some plays where you go, hey, Caleb, you got to throw this damn ball and stop looking for greener pastures or a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
That's a great rundown of the screenshot. So let's get that other one queued up, the one where they know every route here, because you indicated it. So on the season, the Patriots run man coverage about 39% of the time.
What was it for the
Second
game?
most in the NFL.
Yeah.
So they were up to 47.5.
47.5
in this game.
Right.
How they
it felt like more than
quantified.
that. But yeah. But
they also
way.
blitzed more than they have. They were 3rd highest this week in blitzes. They're 49% of the time.
So here's an interesting thing about this is they first half started out conservative, and then about a drive or 2 in, they just said, okay, it's what we thought. It's this bullshit offense again. Let's just play man. Because we got good man-to-man corners, and we know where they're going. It's pretty easy to figure out, so that gives us an advantage. And then the second half, their wrinkle was, let's still play man-to-man, but let's blitz them now. Because we're so comfortable with what they do on the offensive side. Who cares? So now let's allow them buy time and make some crazy plays. And let's just totally smother them. And that's what they did. And, it was a bad performance all around. Where do you want to go here?
Because you thought Marcus Jones versus DJ Moore, Jonathan Jones, Keenan Allen, the under talked about guy Christian Gonzalez, very good against Rome Odunze.
Christian Gonzalez matched up, against Odunze and was all over him. I mean, Christian Gonzalez is phenomenal. He's one of the better corners in football already. Marcus Jones, I thought that was interesting that they put him. I would have thought going into the game they would put Gonzalez on DJ Moore more times than not. But they went with Marcus Jones, I think, a little bit because of his start-stop ability and his ability to change directions a little bit. And he is pretty strong for being a smaller guy. So they went with that. And Odunze's a bigger receiver, where so is Gonzalez. So I think they figured, hey, some of these back shoulders they throw him, the fades, the 50-50 balls, that matchup would be good. And DJ Moore's the guy that does slant and goes and double moves and things like that. And Marcus Jones is made for that. And then you put on Jonathan Jones, 31, on Keenan Allen, and yes, they were all over them like white on rice. They were like glue.
And it's like they knew what was coming. So let's go to that one. This is second quarter, 7.5 minutes to go here. This is a 3rd and 11, so obvious passing down.
3rd and 11, zone defense, and the Bears, and what you see too, again, so many stagnant formations, and you see repeat concepts. And this is a concept they run a lot, where they're going to run the 3 receivers to the right. They're going to run Odunze to the corner, right? They're going to run the middle of the 3, Kmet, on an out route, and then he comes back in.
Okay.
And then on the outside, Keenan Allen's going to run a slant, kind of rubbing right behind him. And on the backside, how they do it is they go, if you get single safety, we want you to throw to DJ Moore on the skinny post to your left side. Well, what I'm going to show you is that they are so know what play is going to come. They are literally in the spots where everybody wants to run the route. Right? They're already in a spot here on the bottom with DJ Moore in the skinny post where you see, look, the guy's there. He's going, hey, you thought there was no safety in the middle of the field? No, I'm here. We have 3 on 2. You're over here. Okay? Now, look at Odunze, the inside of the 3 receivers up right? There's a guy on his outside edge, let alone a guy also outside playing zone, waiting for him to run to the corner route, right?
Yep.
And now you see Cole Kmet's running his route versus man coverage, which is going to take a minute because he's really the third option. He's running it out and then going to come back in. But you see Keenan Allen here running the slant. One, he has a guy driving on him. Two, the middle linebacker you see here is going to start fading that way too, who's in the middle of the field, kind of no man's land right now.
Right.
So he's going to be like, wait, you want to throw that to Keenan Allen? I'm going to knock his head off, or I'm going to pick the ball. And do we have one more screenshot here? So here you go. So here we go. Look at this right now. I mean, it's glue. There's nobody. 2 people on DJ Moore, 2 on Odunze, and you got Keenan Allen, who you can see is like, oh, man, the guy cut me off, and there's a middle-of-the-field defender. And now Cole Kmet is maybe open as Caleb Williams is scrambling and maybe can try to throw it to him on the run. He's looking downfield, and let's go to the next screenshot. But there's nothing really there. I mean, all he could have done is maybe thrown a great throw to Cole Kmet, who was running across from him in a different way. But, again, just another point, and I saw this throughout the day, where I just want to go – zone, they knew where they were going. Man, they might as well run the routes for the Chicago Bears. I mean, they might as well just run them for them and just go, hey, you're about to run this route, right? Because I know if that guy goes there, you're going to run there, right? Yep. And that's what they're doing, and that's where New England is really good at they teach man coverage like a lot of teams teach zone, and that's where they're kind of special in that department.
So we've shown a sack. We've shown a couple throwaways, though, too. So that it just indicates that he was sacked 9 times even with those throwaways.
Yeah, right.
And so here's one of the times where this is on Caleb.
Yes.
So this is, where are we?
Is this early in the game maybe?
Yep. 2 minutes in, 2nd and 7, second play for Chicago. This is the second play of the game.
Right. And like I said, some of these sacks where guys got beat. Some of them were an exposing of the protection altogether. And then another handful of them were Caleb either not having anybody open and just holding the ball, or Caleb turning down a throw and going, wait, that was the throw. That was the play right there. And now you don't have it because you wanted something else or something sexier, and now you're in trouble. So here's a play, little motion again. They got 2 tight ends. They're going to run a little play action pass. I like when they do this kind of stuff at least. All right. You could see it's man-to-man coverage, right, Ahmed? Everybody's at the line of scrimmage. DBs are in the faces of both Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. Single safety in the middle of the defense. Go to the next screenshot, Pete, whenever you're ready. You're going to see he's going to go and play action pass. Okay. Now, you see DeAndre Swift open right here. Okay. That's not the first read. All right, Pete highlighted him just to show. He's the guy that should be the second guy who should get the ball.
Okay.
But this play here, the first read is read DJ Moore at the top of the screen on the comeback route. Okay? Right now it looks like, hey, yeah, it's good coverage, but the guy's inside of him. DJ Moore's your best player. Let him work. If I saw this with Joey Galloway or Roy Williams in college or Michael Clayton in the NFL, I would have gone, so what, that guy's right there. My guy's going to lean him inside, push him off a little bit with a little chicken wing, right? And he's going to break outside, and I'm going to throw a good laser over there, and it's going to be a completion. I would pray for this coverage. I'd go, oh, please play this against my best receiver. I don't give a shit who it is out there. Me and the best receiver are going to complete this pass.
Yep.
Do we have the next screenshot here to go along with it? So looking now, you could see he's breaking out. You could see he's separating. Marcus Jones is off balance and running upfield. Throw the ball, but he's already come off of him. And to this point, he's already come off of him and gone to this number 3 receiver where I'd go, wait, you were over there and DeAndre Swift was open underneath. Just hit him next. You don't go to Keenan Allen unless DJ Moore's covered, DeAndre Swift's covered. Now let me go to Keenan Allen. And in that, he's too quick to get to Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's not done running his route yet, right? So you could see that, and then Gonzalez is not necessarily beat, and he's going to be all over it. But the point is, and I don't know if we have one more screenshot after this, but either way, I would have loved here you see him getting sacked. And if we had a screenshot in between the last one and him getting sacked, you would see DJ Moore was on the sideline with a guy like Caleb Williams and his arm and any top-quality quarterback. I'd go, that's pitch and catch in the NFL. Throw it. Stop looking for more or wanting to make a bigger play, or did he lose confidence in his ability to hit the bullseye on a consistent basis, which could be the problem too, Ahmed. I don't know, but that's a little concerning, and I see that a little too much with Caleb Williams. And again, that's big picture Caleb Williams. What the concern was with him, if I had one concern, right, coming out in college, was always looking for the big play. Want to make the big play, the big throw. Let me extend it a little longer. I know that guy was open, but I think if I extend the play longer, I can get something better. You got to learn that in the NFL, when you're greedy, it's usually not a good thing.
And he's always running for his life. I mean, in college, he was running for his life.
Yeah.
He was able to evade a lot of that, but he did get sacked a good
Yeah,
number
a good
of
amount,
times.
right.
But it's just about habits, right?
It's
just like
habits.
if you have a habit of doing that, extending plays, and it paying off more times than not.
Well, it's like we talk about with a good running quarterback, right? It's Lamar had to break the first guy's not open, let me run, right? Because why? It's always worked. Okay, yeah, it's going to work against some teams, blah, 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 but it's not going to work on an every game basis. And now you see him, he goes, wait, the first guy's not open? Oh, what's the second guy? Oh, let me look at the third guy. Oh, now they're around me. Oh, now let me move and try to make something happen. And that's the most dangerous quarterback in football. And that's what you don't want to defend. That's what scares people about Patrick Mahomes, right? That's what makes him that. And, of course, Lamar may be doing it better than anybody right now. But, yes, it's too greedy, looking for the big play, sexy, whatever, and he's got to break that out of his bad habits right now.
So we're about to talk about Jaden Daniels, his first real struggles against the Steelers D and what they did there. To transition, I mean, I know in the draft process, you were high. Everyone's high on Caleb Williams, what he can do. You've still been high on him this year. You think you might have
I'm not giving
the
up on this yet.
arm.
This is rookie stuff. I'm not going to give up,
I know,
on it yet to where I'm going to go, oh, I was wrong or whatever. But is it been better Jaden Daniels than I expected and lesser Caleb Williams than I expected? Yes, if that's where you're going to go with that.
No, I was going to go even a step further. So say there's a glitch in some sort of computer system.
Right.
Everyone's back in the draft.
Right.
You get to draft your quarterback right now of the future.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of a gap in between these two, although you were high on Jaden, and you said many times that if there was another draft, he would be the #1 guy.
Yeah.
How close is that? I mean, how many teams are taking Caleb? How many teams are taking Jaden?
It was. Well, I mean, more are going to take Jaden now. It was close to begin with. It was. If I talk to NFL people around the league, I would bet you it was 50-50 with like not only my friends but other people that I just talk to from time to time, where. Like I like Jaden. Jaden was the guy for me, right? So that I think was closer around league circles, right? Teams like the Giants wanted Jaden over Caleb. I think there was a few teams like that they looked at it and went, no, Jaden is the guy we want, right? The Raiders were like that. I think there's a few teams that were, and I understand that. They liked his size. They liked his ability to run the football. And I bet you some coaches were scared of Caleb going, I'm scared he'll color outside the lines every now and then, right? I think that's the issue there. But it's impressive with Jaden Daniels. And what are you asking me? Like, you want to know flat? Like, would I change my pick right now?
No. Chris Simms. Like, if you're put in this situation, and obviously it's all dependent on what you have around and all this stuff. But I mean, how close would it be for you if you had to pick right now your guy?
Yeah, it'd be real close. I mean, it would be. I try to, when I look at these things, look big picture. Yeah. And I don't necessarily want to know the results of the first 6 or 7 weeks of their young careers, right? And all of that. But no, I'm not getting off of what I've seen from Caleb, his high-end stuff, for me to not think he can't accomplish or get where I think he could get before the draft, right? Yep. And maybe Jaden Daniels has exceeded me in that place where I go, he does throw the ball better than I thought, or he does throw all routes really good, right? One of my questions with him was like, it's either a go route or like just an out route. That's all they did. And there was some plays over the middle where times where you go, man, hang in there, throw that ball, do that type of stuff. That bothered me a little bit, but he has done none of that in the NFL, and he's been the opposite of Caleb.
Yeah.
Oh, this is here. It's 4 yards. Oh, maybe I could throw the 50-yard throw here. I'll take the 4 yards. The 50-yard one will come later. It'll be even more open. I'm not going to be greedy right now. Boom. 2nd and 4. Boom. First down. Right? Caleb's like, there's the out route, but I really want to throw the 50-yard post.
Sure.
And that's just you're going to create bad problems.
Well, the cool thing about the NFL is if you believe in Caleb or Jaden, you're going to be right like 7 times, and then the other guy's going to be right 7 times because it's going to go back and forth, and some guys are going to be playing better and worse. But Jaden's playing pretty well right now, even though he did just have his toughest game as a pro so far against that Steelers defense.
Yo, homies, thanks for watching. Yeah, it's time. The NFL season is here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
You can hit subscribe to get all the weekly picks, plus our Sunday recaps as the games are happening.
Oh, you know it. Nobody does that better than us. Thanks again for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out. We'll see you next time on Unbuttoned.